Did the medieval period actually have a dark ages? Welcome back to Timeframe, your go-to channel for exploring the fascinating tales of history. Today, we're diving into a question that has puzzled historians and captivated the curious minds of many. Did the medieval period actually have a dark ages? When we think of the medieval period, the term dark ages often comes to mind. It paints a picture of a time filled with ignorance, chaos, and stagnation. But is this truly an accurate portrayal? To understand the reality, we need to peel back the layers of history and examine the evidence. The term Dark Ages originally referred to the early part of the Middle Ages, roughly spanning the 5th to the 10th century. This era followed the fall of the Western Roman Empire, a time when Europe faced significant political and social upheaval. Many historians labeled it dark, due to the perceived decline in cultural and economic activity. However, this characterization is not without its controversies. First, let's consider the concept of cultural progress. While it's true that the fall of Rome led to the fragmentation of political authority, this does not mean that all knowledge and culture vanished. In fact, monasteries became centers of learning and preservation. Monks diligently copied ancient texts, ensuring that the wisdom of the classical world would not be lost. Far from being a time of ignorance, many scholars believe that this period laid the groundwork for the intellectual revival that would come later in the medieval period. Next, let's examine the notion of economic stagnation. While trade routes may have shifted and local economies changed, there is evidence of vibrant local trade and craftsmanship during this time. Archaeological findings indicate that towns and villages were bustling with activity. People were engaging in agriculture, craftsmanship, and even trade with distant regions. This challenges the idea that the Dark Ages were entirely devoid of economic progress. Moreover, the medieval period was marked by significant advancements in various fields. The agricultural innovations, such as the three-field system and the heavy plow, transformed farming practices and allowed populations to grow. This agricultural surplus would eventually lead to urbanization and the rise of cities. We should also consider the rich tapestry of cultural and artistic achievements during this time. From illuminated manuscripts to the development of Gothic architecture, the Middle Ages were far from a cultural wasteland. The construction of grand cathedrals and castles showcased a thriving artistic spirit. So, what about the social and political structures of the time? Yes, the feudal system created a hierarchical society, but it also provided stability and security in a time of uncertainty. Lords and vassals formed relationships that were essential for survival. While not perfect, these systems offered a framework that allowed communities to flourish despite the challenges they faced. As we navigate through these arguments, it becomes clear that the idea of a Dark Ages is an oversimplification. The medieval period was indeed a time of transformation, filled with both challenges and triumphs. The narrative of a dark, stagnant time fails to recognize the complexity of human experience during these centuries. In conclusion, while the term Dark Ages has been ingrained in our understanding of the medieval period, it's essential to look beyond the labels. This era was not a mere void of history, but a dynamic time that contributed significantly to the foundation of modern Europe. Thank you for joining us today on Timeframe as we unraveled the myths surrounding the medieval period. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more engaging explorations of history. We appreciate your support and can't wait to bring you more fascinating stories from the past. Until next time, keep questioning and exploring.